All right, election 2025 Canada. Here's the thought for today. I'm doing these little videos because I work in business and I can see how a culture in a business gets affected by the narratives that don't get managed floating around. It's the same for our nation. If we're unaware of the narratives that we spin, we actually can release fear. We can release division. We can release cursing on our leaders, and we can be condemning people instead of actually creating a healthy culture. And that's what happens sometimes in a business. Something happens, somebody gets hurt, and then we start to spin a narrative that actually taints the culture and destroys the company originally or eventually from the inside out. So here's the thought for today. Quit being a pack rat. You've got to take and filter through the narratives that are being spoken, and you've got to decide, is this one worth repeating or not? If it's somebody else's narrative and it's pushing your button, or what's being said has a measure of truth to it, but it's not going to create health or unity within your company or our nation, then it needs to sit. You don't need to pick it up. And likewise, if the narrative's spinning around and you have power to twist a really destructive narrative, then you can pause and actually reframe it better. There's fear that gets produced in media. They're targeting stuff. There's stuff that's being spoken in the airways that isn't healthy for us to hold on to. But we have to be wise and be able to filter through and pick up what needs to be done and manage it in a way like you would in a company where it's healthy, and get the information to the right people, or help make the changes so the organization can be healthy, or let it sit. And it's the same for our nation. So there's all kinds of stuff that's being spoken as we go up to the election. Let's sit what needs to sit, and what needs to be picked up, pick it up wisely, and then figure out how to manage it so that it's framed in a healthy way for you and for us as a nation. So it's Paul Vermesh. Thanks for joining me. Best wishes to you and to our nation of Canada through 2025.